Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 32nd episode of the official Sucrose Stans podcast. Today, as you can hear or see, we are not live today. It's a pre-recorded episode. So, yeah, because I'm not available at the time you're seeing this. But yeah, anyway, just to get to the topic, we are talking about geo characters today with two beautiful guests. So first we have Havak.
Hello, I'm a Genshin TikToker, and I mostly make guides, sometimes I'll do all this stuff. Hi, how is everyone?
Thank you for coming. Her TikTok channel is also linked in the description, so go check it out. And then we have Flip.
Hi, I'm here. Like all my but yes, I am Flip. I make primarily Genshin pre-release theory crafting content, and I'm also infamous for moaning on stream for money. Nice to meet you guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
I saw that.
wait, Harley. Wait, sorry, not Harley. Saga, you could do like this really. You could do like you could pretend it's live, like if you premiere the video. Oh wait, there to know. Never mind.
I don't think that will work. Yeah, anyway.
Never mind.
Don't worry.
I'm happy.
So the geo element. I think the geo element was probably in the history of Genshin. It's probably like still the most neglected element with the least amount of characters, as well as even with Shilonen, as we would get into, it's still probably the least important element in the meta, especially with Lauma coming out. So Dendro is getting a revival. Geo looks like the kind of dead element, but that's okay because I feel like I guess we can talk a bit about the reaction. The Geo element doesn't have any access to any damage dealing reactions. It only has Crystallize, and Crystallize doesn't do damage. It just generates a pretty weak shield. That's like, yeah, it's just there to activate the resonance. The resonance is pretty strong. It's a bit of resistance shred and damage percent, like for the characters that is protected by a shield. So it's not completely useless. And as we will go into, Navia also uses the mechanics of Crystallize a lot. But yeah, I guess the first bunch of characters all have something similar, which is the geo construct. Flip, do you mind explaining like what? I guess there's not much. Maybe we should talk about it when Zhongli, because Zhongli has special interactions with geo constructs. But what can you summarize geo constructs and how they work pretty quickly, Flip?
Well, Geo, I don't have to really explain. Geo contracts are basically kind of like a summon. They all, every character that has a Geo construct, they all do different things, but mostly they are like solid platforms that interact with the environment, rather that's like blocking attacks and stuff. And there is a Geo construct limit of like only having like I think it's 4. You can't have no more than 4 on field or something. And there's they're just like they have kind of like special interactions with certain characters, like as you mentioned Zhongli and Ningguang too, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that's about what they do. Oh, Geo Traveler too also has a specific interaction with them. But yeah.
Yeah, I think geo constructs are honestly more limiting than they are like because you mentioned the construct maximum, and also some constructs are destructible. Compare that to
Yeah,
Chioi,
that's yes. I don't know.
for example, who's like her dolls just don't explode or something. I mean, that would be that would be really cursed. But
Oh no, Tomato fucking died!
Tomato died on field.
Okay, to be fair, I think with Kachina, they started making it so geo constructs just get pushed around, they don't get destroyed.
Yeah,
I
true.
think.
True. I think Kachina also has the probably best construct. But yeah, okay, let's just start with one of the most useless characters.
Whoa! Leave Albedo alone.
No, Geo main character.
Oh.
Like,
Sorry.
do they? I think like to basically summarize the kits, they don't do off-field damage. They just do a skill hits and a burst hit, like multiple burst hits, which actually do like fine damage, but they don't have any buffs in their kits. Like those are the most 1.0 passives ever. Like cooldown reduction by skill cooldown reduced by 2 seconds, seriously, and then the normal attack 60% when you normal attack.
Oh no.
Those were interesting passives. Anyway, and the constellations have the 10% crit rate, which is actually like it's nice. And then yeah, the C2 makes it so that like when one explodes, then you can do another one or something. Oh no, it will when it is destroyed, it will do another hit of damage or something, which ramps up the skill damage. But like they are supposed to be like kind of a damage dealer, but they also don't, like they aren't on field. Like I don't
They're
get
supposed to be a sub DPS, I guess.
yeah, a sub
Oh
DPS
no.
that isn't off field, that doesn't do off field damage. And then the C6 just isn't it a nerf or something? Because like it nerfs the C2 because you'll get less of the explosions or something. I thought that was always I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, it's just a 1.0 kits. They did have like, I think I saw like 2 people using Navia and Geo main character together on Navia's release. But I don't think anyone yeah, I don't think you could get good results with that. I guess like that's literally it. There's nothing else to say. I guess they could hold the supportive artifacts, which I guess we should mention that Crystallize does enable a very clunky set compared to the newer sets, which is the Petra set. These days, it can honestly, I think it's as good as, is it a hot take to say that this is like as good as the VV set right now? Just because the VV set is getting so bad recently.
No,
And
what's it? The Petra set's a good VV?
yeah, I think they are like similar in strength, honestly. Like
That makes sense.
it's more clunky, but at least it works in multi-wave. And the damage
Fair enough,
bonus
honestly,
is
but
very...
I think I think VV is less cringe though. That's like my
Yeah, but it doesn't work in multi-wave, so...
yeah, that's fair, yeah. But at the same time, Petra and like it depends. Like if your Geo character is holding Petra, then it's honestly not that bad. But then if you want to give Petra to someone else, you say, oh my god. Sorry. I've been doing so many Mualani, Jillanin, Sucrose, PMC clears, and then trying to do a reaction with Jillanin, then Sucrose doesn't pick up the crystal,
Yeah.
and then PMC doesn't pick up the crystal is the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
I hate it. But yeah, I do agree that when you do get the crystal, it is very strong.
Yeah, it is. I know exactly what you mean. Like in Moalani teams, you just run out of good sets, which is so funny. Like you don't have enough good sets to use, so you have to use Petra.
Yeah, because Mualani is an attack, but like she doesn't skill of attack.
Yeah, she can't use Noblesse, and she doesn't actually, like, you can't play Jilonen on the healing set. I don't think so. Wait, could you? Wait, could you play? But like using
On
burst
SODP?
yeah, low-key maybe. But like using her burst as a DPS loss always. Oh, I think the music is a tiny bit too loud.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Wait, how would you know if the music is too loud?
I can hear it.
Oh no.
Oh.
Makes sense.
Okay, let's talk about the next character, which is Noelle. Flip?
I guess.
Or like Havak?
Oh.
Who wants to go?
Sure, I'll get Noelle out of the way. Noelle is a 4-star Geo DPS, and okay, back in the day she wasn't like anything really good, but she did get buffs with like the how's it called, the Husk set, and then she got buffs with Farina, and Okay, would it be accurate to say she's better than Iso?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I can get by
Yeah.
that.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, I
and
guess I
like,
can, as a certified Noelle player, I can talk about her then a bit like more in depth. In depth. So she has a defense into attack conversion. So she's technically an attack scaler, but she mainly wants to have defense stats to like convert it into attack. She doesn't do damage before C6. You really, really need the C6. It's a pretty big bump in her damage. Her C4 is pretty funny because like it's a pretty like large hit, which is honestly impressive for like a C4 of a 4-star. But then like C1, true C1 guarantees her healing, and then C2 is like a for the charge attack mainly. She has two playstyles. One is her normal attack playstyle, and one is her charge attack playstyle, or also called spin to win. In my opinion, the spin to win playstyle is a lot, like by far better, especially because her best weapon is Red Horn. And if you didn't know, she abuses the weapon more than Ito does if she does her spin attack, because it's just
oh
very
wow.
fast hits, and they forgot to add a cooldown on the charge attack hit passive. So it is a really good weapon, and it makes the charge attack playstyle good. And also, something that people I feel like kind of forgot about Noelle is that she has very large AoE when she uses her charge attacks.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like it's pretty massive, and it's around her, so it's basically the same, like similar as Mavrika, uh, which is really impressive. But her normal attacks have less AoE. Um, but yeah, her teams kind of evolved. Like first they were like mono geo teams as like a pseudo Ito. But as Havak said, when Farina came out, the fact that she can drive Farina was a pretty nice upside. You could either play like double Hydro or just make her the carry. Making her the carry wasn't that great because like her single target damage is still like sus. It's like you really want like uh high like C2 Farina, and then like I don't know, later with Shilonen you want constellations on Shilonen probably to make it like decent, because like Noel's baseline isn't that great.
Good, yeah.
And Noelle is like she's the queen of 12 cost, because okay, we need to talk about the dilemma.
The Queen of 12 cost?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so mean.
No, like
Yeah.
she works similarly to Hu Tao, where you have like a few characters that technically like synergize but also don't synergize. Like for example, Sidlali is really good for Hu Tao, Farina and Yelan, but if you use Sidlali, then you don't have a healer. So you need Farina C2, for example, to mitigate that. And Noelle has a similar issue. And okay, we'll make it quick. Gilonen doesn't work in mono geo because if you have more than 2 geo characters, her
Yeah.
thing doesn't like work. To fix that, you have to
Yeah.
pull C2, and then she still doesn't heal. So but Noelle heals, so she kind of mitigates that. Then we have the Chiori problem. Chiori would be really good in that team because like Noelle, Shannon, and Chiori, but Chiori has the problem that Noelle doesn't have a construct, so you need Chiori C1. But
Oh
then
no.
Farina, I guess you get Farina C2 anyway, and then you somehow land at 12 cost. That's kind of how it works. um, yeah, but that's something we are going to talk about in the Chiori section as well. Uh, but yeah, that's where Noelle is. She's not shit. I think you can make her work. And I think she on release she had one of the better kits, like better design kits. And E2
Well,
is
she doesn't generate particles.
oh yeah, true. That's the trade-off of 1.0 healers, is that they don't generate energy, which is extremely bad. Um, and I guess another reason why she wants
Yeah.
mono geo.
Also, I think doesn't her burst stay when she leaves the field?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
you can
Which
swap
is
her out.
a big upside.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
nice because since she can't be batteried, you can switch to a like I'm pretty sure in 1.0 you're using her alongside GeoMC just because you can swap her into GeoMC skill and then funnel all the particles to her. You could also do the same thing with Goro, and now Jillinan exists. You do the same thing with Jillinan.
Yeah, that's true. And you don't
Makes
need to
sense.
burst on Shilonen because Noel already heals. Unless you're
Yeah.
in triple Geo, then it's kind of worth it to burst on Shilonen because like her burst is has good scaling in triple Geo. But I guess we can talk about that later. Yeah, but that sums up Noelle. Like she still has double hydro, of course, but I kind of hate double hydro because you need to normal attack, and
Wow.
I
Oh no.
hate the normal attacks on Noelle. They just feel very slow.
Just
Uh,
spam in 3.
yeah, but then I also feel like Yelan and Farina are doing all the damage. um,
Yeah.
but technically, okay, Noelle has the big upside again, like Flip said, that you can switch out of Yelan. No, out of Noelle and get another Yelan skill, which is huge. Like getting another Yelan skill makes her energy recharge requirements drop to, I don't know, 120 or something. It's very big. Anyway, let's talk about the next Geo 4-star from 1.0. It's Ningguang.
Oh no.
She's okay. I actually recently was looking into her teams, and she's like around, well, with new Malvika stuff, because you just play her in the same team as Navia, but Navia, Bennett, Malvika, Jillian. She's
Yeah.
like 70 KD, like she's like 65 KDPS,
Oh no.
and probably 70 KDPS with walk cancels, which is okay.
Yeah. She's the original Chaska because all of her damage is single target. Or like actually no, her
Yeah.
charge attack has a small AoE, and then I think the normal attacks also. I think a constellation makes her normal, but that's not her main source. Or like
Yeah.
the main source of damage is the jades that she fires.
Jade. Yes.
Yeah. Jade mentioned from Honkai Star Rail, the hit game.
So true.
Oh
Wait,
my
Jade, as in
god.
sacrificial Jade, the best 4-star weapon for Nuvolet and Mualani?
True.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, her constellations all are kind of shit. HCC2 is like nice because you get another skill, but it doesn't generate particles because Ningguang has a particle cooldown.
That's the I hate how you refer to that.
It's pretty. Yeah. Why would they do that? And yeah, at C6 she starts doing damage. It's like exactly like Noelle. You don't use Ningguang as a damage dealer before. You don't use Ningguang before getting C6. Same with Noelle.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I guess another thing is that Ningguang could just EQ and be used as a burst DPS. I'm pretty sure a lot of people did that with Navia teams.
Yeah. True.
Navia came out.
Yeah.
She doesn't necessarily need to be on field. To do all of her damage.
Yeah, because a lot of her damage is just skill burst, which is nice, and the charge attack.
Yeah, she also works in double hydro. Like you can play double hydro Ningguang. I never liked the team all that much, because it doesn't have any attack buffs, and I just like to see attack buffs on Ningguang. But it's still a viable team. And yeah, she also got a big buff with Navia set because like she naturally kind of picks up
Yeah.
crystallized
She was a two-piece merchant.
Yeah. Did you do your calcs with the new set, right? Or with Malaysia?
Yeah, of course.
Oh wait, no,
New
you
set.
don't use Farina. Okay.
It was an Arena team.
Yeah. Okay. Honestly,
Whispers is also like a very good set, actually. I feel like it's underrated. Because people,
true.
oh my god, remember in Navia pre-TC where people were saying Mauritius was better than Whispers?
no.
I was like, what? How did you get this result?
Yeah, I talked about it in my Farina video that Marie-José on Navia is a scam because she's a crit. Like you start the rotation out with a nuke, and that doesn't have any Marie-José stacks. How nice.
I genuinely never understood it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I guess Ningguang also has synergy with the Widsith because like all of her damage is front loaded. But if you get the Yam buff on Widsith,
GG.
yeah, GG.
Urbosa.
She, something that is funny is that she has like solo clears with Los Preyes. Los Preyes is a really strong weapon for like solo showcases. Like specifically R5.
Oh, no.
Don't ask me how I know this, but yeah, I watched.
So what does it do?
It's like if you are on field, you gain like it's kind of like Serpent Spine, but you get like 64% damage at R5, like just for being on
Doesn't it
field.
give movement speed?
Yeah, and movement speed. But like if you swap out, then you lose the damage percent, and that's why the weapon is so
Oh, yeah.
shit. You need 16 seconds to fully stack it, and then you have the average, and then it's shit. Like
So is it just like Serpent Spy but more cringe?
yeah, it's Serpent Spine, but ass.
I love how they made
makes sense.
Serpent Spine a 4-star weapon, not have this issue, but with Bull's Prayer.
Yeah.
No, let's just fuck it over for no reason.
Oh no. They released in the same patch, by the way.
Yeah. True. It's kind of
Again,
funny.
the 1.2 balancing of Genshin was literally just throwing shit at the wall.
Yeah, true. But yeah, that summarizes Ningguang. Let's talk about one of the most overglazed characters.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Zhongli, no!
He shields. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what he does. He has 20% res shred, I guess. He has a construct.
Yeah, back in the day, his damage he used to do before HP inflation, like in 2.x or something, there was the argument that his burst kind of did damage, but no, not anymore. Not in 25.
Well, yeah. I don't know if you were around back then, but there was like a big controversy with Zhongli and him like running shield but or using his burst every rotation. And I was like, but Zhongli's burst is the DPS. It was the worst discourse ever.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like his burst was mainly good in like mono geo teams, I guess. But like yeah, if you don't have any buffs on it, it's shit. But yeah, and even now, like it's pretty bad. And like his kids, he has this weird passive that makes him functional in okay, I don't know. Does anyone know about Pike Lee?
Oh no! Yes, we do.
Yeah, he has specifically. This is more HP scaling than Daya, I think. Alexisio Daya, like on his normal attacks. It's kind of funny, but yeah, he has HP scalings on his normal attacks, which is thick, honestly. And he would have had a Geo Infusion, I think, with C6, but they nerfed that and made it so that he it's a defensive utility C6, which didn't matter because like his defensive utility is good. So yeah, very disappointed. But anyway, so if you want to use him as a damage dealer, you would use him as a physical carry. Then you would use Yunjin, Fischl, and Mika.
Oh no!
I can't make this shit up. And people
we're all dying.
People speedrun with this. Wait, let me search a Pike Lee speedrun.
Is this what they wanted us to do before they buffed him?
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't just give him a Geo Infusion.
Yeah, he gets it at C6, but no, he got it before they nerfed it. Like before they reverted the change.
Oh. I was about to say, I don't remember John giving a Geo Infusion.
It was.
Yeah, no, his C6 is just healing.
This was 10 months ago. That's not even that long ago, honestly. But considering that it's about physical Zhongli. Wait, I will put it on screen. Can any of... Wait, should I also stream on Discord?
You are streaming on Discord.
You can just send us the link, I guess.
Oh, I am? Oh, okay.
Oh, you are. I'm stupid.
But yeah, the Zhongli could like... He has very fast normal attacks, and there's also the particle thing, like that. I guess there was Fischl's main use in that team was that she funneled a lot of particles and made Zhongli have very good uptime on the Pike Lee passive, which gives him a lot of physical motion value. Why are we talking about physical? I'm sorry, I don't know why we are talking about physical Zhongli. Yeah, that's how bad he is. But yeah, 103 seconds for a meme team is honestly like impressive. But it
It's just
wasn't.
because
But
Yeah,
what do you
he's
mean?
such a
Zhongli
nothing
is so
unit.
good.
it
He's
was
so
it
good. We
was
should
in
all put him in this
Fontaine.
Hackers tier.
Okay, consider that it was in Fontaine. Like Zhongli physical getting 100 seconds is that's so funny. I don't know. But yeah, I guess we can talk about the rise of Zhongli. Like he did have some use cases, mainly with Navia, but as we talked about, his construct can just disappear and not generate any crystallizers, which it's really bad for Navia. Um, it's yeah, I can't overstate how bad it is for Navia. So I would just rather recommend Albedo, unironically. Like when Navia came out, I think Albedo was kind of just better, which is like it's Albedo.
Or the goat, Sninkwang.
Yeah, true, Ningguang. Yeah, you could play Ningguang. Anyway, that summarizes Zhongli. Like he was so bad on release that they had to buff him, but he's still ass. Like he's
The
a
way
C
people
tier
glaze this
character.
unit needs to be studied.
Yeah. The thing is, people didn't realize that both Fontaine, actually Fontaine not really, but mainly Natlan introduced so many characters with similar defensive utility to Zhongli, but with actual offensive value. Like for example,
Yeah,
like compare Zhongli to Inefa, Silali, Shilonen. Like all of these
Lanyan.
Lanyan too, yeah, Lanyan too.
oh
I don't know. I just
no.
like a character being only a sustain was always a bad thing, especially when again, like this has been the thing for the longest time as well. Because if you look at healers in Genshin have been historically ass. It was
Yeah.
only on Top Farina that she gave healers relevance, and even then, healers were still worse than like Bennett because Bennett is a healer that has like actual offensive utility. And I don't know why people
And
never like alleviated that same nuance to Zhongli, who's only a shielder
Yeah.
with
you
very
just always
minimal
spend
buffs.
it.
Yeah, I guess something that also made Zhongli attractive. Okay, he does people simmed for him, but that's besides the point. What made Zhongli attractive was that he would give like, because of his shield, he would like give infinite interruption resistance for Ganyu and like Wanderer, I guess, like very squishy characters that really wanted the interruption resistance. And it was mainly because we didn't have any other shield. Actually, Toma was better than Zhongli for Wanderer.
Didn't didn't Layla already exist when Wanderer came out?
Layla gave crit rate buffs, yeah. Well, like Layla applying cryo gave Wonder
Yeah.
crit rate
I
buffs.
think both Toma and Layla were better than
They were
Zhongli.
just better. Oh, I remember like crying on the KQM side. Zhongli as the best shielder,
Oh
but Toma was very
no.
good because he buffs normal attacks and he also batteried Bennett, so your Bennett could run
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Ali Flash very comfortably, which is a big upside. And Layla also just enabled more offensive buffs. So
Yeah. Yeah, Zhongli's particle generation also stops working when like his
construct
thing
break.
is out of the way, or like
Oh yeah.
it disappears, or like it's not, yeah. And that's a very big downside.
I'm I'm pretty sure tenacity is supposed to be his like signature set. He can't even use it properly.
Yeah.
Petra victim.
Yeah, I think Farina is a much better Lilith user than Zhongli is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, I think that basically summarizes Zhongli. Yeah, true. He did have like with Navia and with Nuvilette also, but really Nuvilette was just because we didn't have any other option, because Nuvilette was HP scaling, so he didn't have any buffer. It was pre-Shilonen, so there was kind of a reason to play Zhongli, but yeah, then Kachina herself already was better than Zhongli.
Yeah, he does
Yeah,
nothing.
he did kind of does
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah, also his compare his resistance shred to Gilone in terms of range. For Zhongli, you kind of need to hug the enemy to get the resistance shred, which many people don't know. But Zhongli needs to Zhongli's AoE for his resistance shred is not the best. But yeah, that's.
Oh
I
no.
guess that's it. Next, the. Oh god, these characters are so bad. And the Albedo.
Isn't it? Yeah, it's Albedo. Can we just skip Albedo?
No, we need to talk about Albedo. Yeah, Zhongli's constellations are all bad. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, not one good one.
Speaking of bad constellations,
Albedo has the worst constellations ever. Like,
What do you mean? He gives a plunging attack damage bonus
plunging
to
damage
Xiao.
bonus.
they wanted us to jump off of his elevator, I guess.
Yeah, to summarize, Albedo, he's Walmart Kachina. Like just always
Oh.
worse than Kachina.
The bar is actually in hell.
Yeah, no, like it's like Kachina also has more damage, like technically.
Kitchen deals with
Oh
Like
my God.
if you
Or well,
you
she has the
usually
potential.
usually you would put Kachina on the supportive set, but if you play both on a carry set, Kachina has more AoE and more damage.
But yeah, why is Albedo single target?
Yeah, he's single target.
Why does he have split scaling? Why is his burst attack scale?
Yeah, okay, I guess to
One
summarize
doll
it,
Chiori victim.
it's
Sure, he does double his damage even with one construct.
yeah, like his skill can also disappear. He just has so many issues. He has a passive that doesn't do anything in a lot of teams. It has gotten better because of Mualani, but yeah, we designed a new kit for him. Havok did. It was a very good
Yeah.
kit. It was like an EM buffer kit, and we made it so that Albedo's best in slot for more weaker. That was pretty funny.
OMG.
And yeah, Albedo is just like he does off-field geo damage. Sir always called him a flex tape, and he's in the sense flexible that in all of his teams he doesn't do anything, and so
He's
that
like
he's
flex tape if
equally
the tape is like 10 years old.
yeah,
He's
like equally
flexible like Ayato's flexible.
yeah, he's equally shit in all teams. He was an option for Ito, and I guess we can talk about Ito next. On release, he didn't even have a set, right? Like Husk wasn't out.
Nope.
What did he even use?
You're using
Petra, I guess.
Oh no, Petra. Yeah, Albedo's tragic. I really hope they buff him. Oh, also he was released when they still like knew that damage percent ascension exists, which I talked about in the last episode, because like they don't do damage percent ascensions anymore. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, also his best in slot weapon was an event weapon, and unlike Conquistare, Kenshin still hasn't implemented the shop to gain old event weapons, which is very annoying. Although honestly, these days, unironically, I guess it's kind of off topic, but I think that Farina either uses Favonius or would rather use a more offensive weapon like her signature or Jade Cutter or something. Like I feel like Sacrificial, or how is the weapon called?
What's weapon?
Farina's 4-star weapon. The event
Fleuve?
weapon. No, the pre-fleur, the one.
Festering Desire?
Yeah, Festering Desire. And I feel like it has lost value because
Baron just uses Fav.
Yeah, either she uses Fav because she's solo Hydra, or she uses a non-energy recharge weapon. Because like you use her with Yelan or even in like triple Hydra or something, and then I don't know.
I still just use Festering Desire in my calcs just because I'm lazy and I don't want to calc for both things.
Okay, I see.
Oh no.
But yeah, that like Albedo's own event weapon didn't work for him, but Husk did work for him. Actually, Husk was also technically an event because like it was both were Albedo events. But yeah, anyway.
Hey, why are you calling it Husk?
Not Husk.
Cinnabar Spindle.
Cinnabar Spindle.
Yeah, I was like, wait, Husk is the Auraback set.
Yeah, Cinnabar Spindle. But yeah, the yeah, it perfectly synergized with Albedo, which makes us believe that Albedo was probably like Albedo could literally one day, like on one how do you say that? Like tomorrow, they could make him a 4-star and no one would notice. Like he could just be downgraded to a 4-star and his power level would be in line with 1.0 characters. That's
It,
kind of about how bad he is. Like his
yeah.
constellations don't even do anything. Like at C6, I'm pretty sure that Kitchina is probably still better than him. Oh no. Um,
Uh,
I honestly maybe that's the best thing to do to Albedo. Like don't put him on standard, make him a 4-star.
Or actually just make him a standard.
No, I think making him a standard means that you can't get the better standard character. I think he would be the I think he would be the worst standard character by far.
Worse than Chi
Oh,
Chi?
Chi-Chi exists.
Yeah, true. He will be better than Chi-Chi, but like worse than Jean, worse than um not Mizuki, Yumi Mizuki, worse than Diluc, worse than Daya. Okay, let's move on to Ito. Oh no.
Oh, no.
Why do we have to talk about so many bad characters?
It's your
Ito.
episode.
Um, we should have just skipped the Geo part. Okay, who wants to talk about Ito?
He does a little damage.
A little.
He, I don't know. His signature support isn't even his best support anymore. He uses double hydro.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Character?
Okay. I can talk more about Ito because I got C0 R1 Ito when he released.
You
I
hate
kind
yourself?
okay, it was 2 points. I don't know. I literally just started the game and I thought he looked cool. But yeah. Also his team was like fine at the time. Like it wasn't completely shit, but like he didn't get any upgrades. Like his last Mono Geo upgrade was Chiori and then he switched to Farina Gilonen. But yeah,
Yeah.
he's Noel. He's just a Noel recolor that doesn't heal but has a construct instead. Which to bring it up
Has worse AoE.
yeah, true. To bring it up again, he has the Noel, the Geo Mono Geo problem, but even worse because he can't fit in a healer. Like he has to play double Geo, but if he plays triple Geo, then Giron doesn't heal. Chiori doesn't heal, Farina doesn't heal. So you just need to play Farina, like healerless Farina. Yeah. But yeah, I think still with Vertical, his best team should be like C2R1 Gilonen, and I think that C2R1, like I remember when Thunder like said that Ito actually feels so good now with C2R1 Gilonen, and I was like, he probably feels like a C0 Natlan character, maybe even worse. Like no, actually way worse. No, actually, like multiple podcast members said that he felt like a C0 Natlan character. Like when you get
What?
C2R1 Gilonen. That was Fields crafting.
Honestly, that's good praise.
What?
That's good praise being equal to a C0 not one character.
Yeah. Okay, anyway. Yeah, he basically works like Noel. He has less AoE than Noel. He has mainly a
That's
charge.
team flexibility. Bro, no, actual
Yeah.
Noel victim.
Yeah. He has a taunt. Like I think his skill taunts.
Yeah, Ushi does.
Ushi. Peak name.
Another
Whoever
thing we
named
haven't even
that.
mentioned is the fact that Ita's because Ita's a charge attack DPS.
Yeah, he's a charge attack DPS.
For one, we don't
Yeah.
even really have charge attack supports. Second, it also ruins his synergy with Gilon or Xingqiu or even like C6 Visual
Yeah.
because he just doesn't trigger them that often. I think Noah gets like 9 waves on his teams, and not only that, but his combos are literally like RNG. Like you because the way he to enable his charge attacks is through the superlative stacks, which he I'm pretty sure he gets just naturally through his burst state. He gets it through firing Ushi, and he gets it when Ushi gets hit. So to do his optimal stronger combo, Ushi wants to get hit, but that's kind of RNG. So most of the time you do have to like use a worse combo on him, or like do more normal attacks than you would need to if Ushi got hit or something. And I don't know if I'm remembering that correctly, but yeah, I just remember his combos being RNG, which was kind of annoying.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is. It
no.
is really stupid. I think C1 kind of fixes that, but also introduces. I actually don't know how a C1 works. I don't think it. I think it's like a Sino C1 that doesn't actually increase his damage.
Yeah.
And then C2. Yeah, C4. C4 has the Raiden syndrome. The when
What
his
does it
burst
increase party-wide
when
death?
his burst ends, you get buffs.
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
Yeah,
That's the same as Utah C4 too. Why did they think that was a good idea?
I have no idea.
Uh, they really liked UAB Outburst, I guess.
Oh no.
Okay, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think his C6 was one of the better C6s just because you could
Yeah.
like RNG fish. But like this is
Yeah.
very, very RNG. Like this could be very shit. But
Domain expansion, infinite orange, infinite charge
yeah,
attacks.
yeah. You have to win 50/50s in a row. But it's still like compared to Yoimiya C6 E2 clears.
Like, why were they giving constellations a chance to proc? Yoimiya, 50% chance to do something.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they just forgot about Chan. I'm happy that they forgot about. Actually, no. Aoife. It's Aoife C6. Aoife mentioned.
Yeah, oh my, it's even.
Oh my god.
Like, why do these cons exist? Can you imagine? You can go like 2 rotations and trigger like Yoimiya C6 like once.
Yeah, it's really funny.
And Yoimiya C6 makes her worse. Because, well, not really worse, but it ruins her
Yeah, it
big
kind of
her
ruins their
melting.
synergies.
Oh no.
Well, at
Next.
least we have overload now.
True. Okay, next is the worst niche buffer. I mean, it makes sense because he's the first one to come out,
Yeah,
but
I'm just gonna step out for this conversation. Sorry.
why? Oh, okay.
It's Goro.
Oh no.
The first one, he wasn't the first one, that was Sarah.
Sarah is better than him.
Yeah, it was just because you said the
Sarah,
first one. So.
yes, true. Sarah was before him. But yeah, I guess the first one to push a mono team or like push some kind of team archetype. I guess Sarah doesn't do that. She only wants to be played in an electro carry team.
He uses fucking 4-piece Exile.
Yeah. He doesn't
Like,
have a set, but it's pretty funny. Actually, now he uses scroll instead.
yeah, makes
If you have
sense.
Shilonen, then you don't use Goro if you have Shilonen. He's
Oh no.
completely power crapped out of all of his teams. I guess to summarize his kit, he has a buffer kit. Flip, you actually need to pay attention because some of his kit details are very funny. For example, the Ascension. Oh, welcome back. His Ascension 4 doesn't scale with his actual defense. It scales on his base defense.
Yeah.
So
What?
this is even worse than it looks. And I didn't understand why I was building my Goro for crit. Like if 3 years ago, I was doing that. Okay, don't judge.
Again, did you hate yourself? I ask again.
But yeah. Anyway. Yeah, his damage is very shit, and his buffing at C0, it's like 400 defense or something. Yeah. Like no, actually it's 371 because like it's level 10, and 50% geo damage. That's literally it. Oh yeah, and the 25% defense, but they also have uptime issues because like this is tied to this, which has 10 seconds. And you actually want to use him at the start, and the burst duration was 9 seconds, which applies the burst. And he also has energy issues, and he also
Oh no.
Yeah, you get the C6 if you want to use him. Like otherwise he
I'm
doesn't.
surprised you. I'm surprised you haven't even mentioned his like it was a C4 healing that heals for like 2k.
Yeah, his C4 healing is
Mm.
probably worse than Jansson's.
I think the idea was that it's the one of your team shielders and don't get hit, but then that gives him anti-sim the later better supports for geo characters, which would be Freyna.
Yeah, and then C6 gives him 40% crit damage, or like makes him provide that. The funny thing is, like, Sarah just provides 60% crit damage without a condition, but his geo damage crit damage buff has a condition, and it's still
You mean
less.
Free?
Like, they literally came out one patch after another. And
To
yeah,
be fair, I
well,
think
Yeah.
it's because doesn't Gore C6 do other things too? Like it gives other buffs.
no.
If I remember correctly, or
It's just 40% crit damage if it's triple G.
oh,
But it's
oh,
team wide, I guess. Sarah's isn't team wide. But it's only for 12 seconds. I don't know why, but they didn't tie it to the burst duration, which I think with C2 has a longer duration. Actually, no, I don't know. It's also 12 seconds. I don't know what they were thinking. Yeah,
Oh no.
he's just very underwhelming in terms of buffing, and I feel like people always say that like 4-stars will never get buffed. I feel like to make Geo characters good, Goro needs to be Frozen level. And yeah, it's not even like he literally needs to be Faruzan level, maybe even better than Faruzan. And unless they literally release a 5-star version, I just hope that they buff him instead. I know he's a 4-star, but he's a key member, but he also is shit. It's like I don't know what to compare it to. We don't have a character like that in the game other
Oh
than
no.
him. Like that was supposed to make an archetype good, but it's just completely shit. I guess Carve, but yeah, Carve mentioned. Yeah. Anyway, Goro is very messy. His first teams were like with Ito and with Noel, and then no one plays this guy anymore. Yeah, Yunjin.
wait, let's go. I'm coming back. Let's go.
Someone else
Oh,
talk
hi.
about
Oh.
Yunjin.
Huh?
No,
Yeah,
I
okay.
like Yunjin, but I've yapped so much.
Okay. Yeah, so Yunjin, she's like one of the like more interesting characters, I guess. She's basically she released off of the back of Shenhe and she was one of the first characters to introduce flat buffing. Um, so with the way Yunjin works is that she is a Beidou shield on her skill where she will parry attacks. The parry is nice because it generates extra particles for her, and it does okay damage. Well, not really. That's a lie. It kind of does no damage because you have to build her with death. But yes, and then with her burst, it's a flat buff to 30 normal attacks, and assuming you could get all 30, it is like quite a very strong buff. But it's just the fact that no one really does that many normal attacks for it to actually
A
be
certain goat.
that amazing.
A certain goat does. But yeah.
Yoimiya,
No, not Jamie.
Ayato.
No. Wait,
Orange.
do you
Oh,
fake
I'm so
fan.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Fake
sorry.
fan.
Yeah, Chlorine does enough normal attacks for it. Yes.
Actually, no, there was another. I swear there was another character that was also. Yeah, that's the main reason people think, oh, Yunjin, she's a normal attack buffer. Mualani is a normal attack
Oh,
carry.
Oh my
I wanted to
god.
cry when people were recommending that, but no. The thing with Yunjin is that for her calls to have value, you need to be proccing a lot of them, in which Mualani procs 3, which is
3.
it's
Oh
very
no.
shit if it's only a minimal amount. She's not like again, quills are it's so hard to explain that. Like, yeah, she buffs normal attacks, so if you don't do a lot of normal attacks, you aren't getting the full value out of it. I guess
Yeah,
it's kind of
yeah.
like
Yeah.
aggravate in that way.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't
every
have to be.
time
It needs to be a normal. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
every time a normal attack damage dealer comes out, like I remember seeing Arlecchino like oh no.
Yeah. I guess there was the other issue is that like her kit, especially at C6, she actually has things in her kit. Like she has 15% normal attack damage bonus, then she has 12% attack speed, and her buff is also, as we mentioned, it's like if you can get every hit, she's quite nice. But then there's the biggest problem is that she, first of all, she has very crippling energy issues. So like
That
at the
too, yes.
moment she's tied to Gelonin, and while being tied to Gelonin, she doesn't like. There's always a character that's better than her. Like usually it's like a reaction enabler, and Yunjin doesn't enable anything. She's just a
Because she's
buffer. Yeah.
That's also why Shenhe has some sort of longevity, I guess, because she's a cryo battery, so like she never really has
Yeah.
pressing energy issues.
If Yunjin literally same kit but was a cryo character, she would be a good last slot for Skirk.
Yeah, or even like a Hydra character.
Really?
Because then you could use her with, yeah. Well, not for Skirk, but I mean like in general.
Yeah, I guess.
You'd play her in like double Hydra teams with Yelan.
Oh yeah,
2E
yeah,
Yelan
true,
rotations.
to funnel or like to improve her energy economy.
Yeah, I remember people were also playing double Hydro Hutao with Yunjin, just because again, this was when double Hydro was like an actual team.
Yeah, true.
Like old double. Sorry, not double Geo. This is when double Geo was actually a thing.
Yeah, also we need to talk, you already mentioned him, but we need to talk about the 40k DPS goat. Yeah, people try to... The thing is, the concept of... you need to realize the concept of carry Ayato. It's actually such a fun... It's such a fun concept, but the numbers are... They are below everything imaginable. But the thing is, the way Ayato works, he has 4 different sources of damage if you play him in that team. Like 4 different sources that are from him, technically, that he does. He has his attack scaling, he has his HP scaling, he has the echo set, and he has Yunjin. So it's these 4 make it so that damage percent, crit, and like resistance rate and stuff like that is really good. And so there's different synergies that enable, like Bennett also as a buffer gets worse, and like just anything that buffs damage percent gets better. And it's like interesting. It's an interesting concept because he like it's interesting. But then Ayato does no, like, I think Ayato, if he had a Linny type passive, maybe it would work. Like Linny gives himself 100% damage just like that, and I think if that was the case, then maybe the team would work. But Ayato does no damage. That's the thing. And making him use Yunjin, he doesn't use all of Yunjin's stacks. I should also mention that. I don't think he has enough normal attacks, sadly.
Yeah, his skill doesn't last long enough.
Oh, well, I was gonna say if you do 2E, but if you do 2E, then Yunjin's buff runs out.
Yeah, her buff runs out. I think it's another. I think it's another small issue that like she has a bit of uptime issue.
Yeah, Aito does 15 or 16 normal attacks around that, so he gets half of the buff. So in two turn he gets all the buffs. Let's go! The AoE goes.
Oh my god.
We forgot to mention that is that Yunjin's buffing doesn't work in AoE, so she's only a single time. Oh, she was used with Wanderer, I remember.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because she also gives attack speed, which is a nice buff.
Yeah, true. But that team also, like, Yunjin has 2 60% energy recharge issues. Like, it was all... Probably even higher, probably 300%. But yeah, anyway, she then had a... okay, her buffing doesn't work in AoE because the quills consume per target. So yeah, you can use all of her buffs, but if you use all of her buffs, then in AoE her buffing becomes mid. That's basically exactly like Shenhe, but Shenhe has more buffs outside of her. Like, I guess they have
we didn't
around the same. What?
Yeah, I was gonna say we didn't even mention my brain just fucking died.
Oh no.
That's not good.
Ignore me. Carry on speaking. Sorry, my brain died.
Okay, yeah.
I'm sorry. I remembered. We didn't even mention Noelle.
Yeah. Noelle.
Yeah.
You can play Yunjin Noel, but the thing is,
It's a
Yunjin
nah.
also kinda, and Noel kind of doesn't trigger that many of her quills unless she's an AoE, but if she's an AoE, then like you would rather want someone else. But that's that's kind of it. And also her particle generation, I think she really would like a 15-second cooldown and then like 4 particles on her skill. That would be really nice, but she doesn't have that. Yeah, and her main like revival, it wasn't Alekino, it wasn't like anyone that, like, in my opinion, certified Chlorant main. It was with Chlorant because on Chlorant's release she didn't have any good characters, or like not good. Actually, there were a lot of good characters, but none of her teams were like that far above. Like, yeah, there was no Mavrika yet, so Chevy wasn't really the be all end all option. And especially when Gilonen came out, you could play Yunjin, Gilonen, Sarah, Chlorant. I think Flip calced with Fisher instead.
I did because of gender.
Yeah. And yeah, I think the main issue with the team concept is really fun, but you need to be very careful when setting up the team, because Chlorant has this funny restriction where you need to do 3 electro reactions every rotation. So you need 2 electro hits outside of Chlorant's window, which means that Sarah needs to do a normal charge attack or needs to burst every rotation.
Oh, no.
If she bursts every rotation, then the rotation is very long and very shit. And so you basically need to do a normal charge attack. But it's fine because it does work if, like, it's only a first rotation problem. Because after that, then you end with Chlorant's
Electro up.
Yeah, and then it kind of works. So it does kind of work. But yeah, so then but then Mavrika came out, and also C1 and C2 make it a lot worse because actually C1 mainly, because she just has more hits. That's so stupid, because the more hits you have, like if your hit count goes above the 30, then her buffing becomes less good, but if it becomes lower than 30, then it's also like, so like, yeah,
oh no,
it's so annoying.
Like, it's better to just have a very small, but like Shenhe, it's better to have a smaller, more impactful buff.
Yeah, true. But yeah, C1 just means that less of your hits get Yunjin quills.
I see.
But yeah, then Mavrika came out and made Yunjin completely irrelevant as an option, because Mavrika's always better, so yeah. And also, the other thing is Chlorant has decent AoE, so you would use her against AoE matchups and stuff, but Yunjin's buffing is entirely single target. So that's also awkward. Okay, that was it with Yunjin. I think she could get some use cases in the future, maybe. I feel like if she could hold the scroll set, like, she's the type of character that would be really good if she could hold the scroll set.
They should make Bennett hold the scroll set since he's an Atlan guard.
True.
But it would make him too good.
But Geo just really just skipped Sumeru.
Yeah, true.
Oh my god.
Next is a goat. Who wants to talk about Avia?
I don't know enough about her.
No.
Add Thunder to the podcast.
Am I like, I'm a fan. Like, if anyone noticed, I like all of these characters a lot. And I know about all of the Geo characters. My plan was to crown every single Geo character, but guess what?
Again, do you hate yourself?
I'm out of crowns. Otherwise, I would do it.
What?
Yeah, I crowned Kachina, I crowned Gilonen, I crowned Navia, I crowned Giori, crowned Goro,
Crown Kachina?
Like triple crowned?
Not like Gilonen is triple crowned, so is Navia, but the others are like double crowned. Yeah. Ningguang is also not triple crowned yet. But anyway, Um, the actual point was trying to make, yeah, I like Geo characters, and Navia has a really cool kit, and I think that some people don't understand it properly because she doesn't. People need to realize this. She doesn't just. You have crystallize on the you have a team that triggers crystallize. She does damage. That's not how she works. She interacts with the crystallizers that are on field, exactly like Lauma interacts with the dew on field, like the verdant dew. Like it's a similar interaction. So she doesn't just ignore crystallize because one of crystallize properties is that it's a thing on field.
Stays on field. Yeah.
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 And also like you get defensive utility because like she constantly
Oh, come on,
refreshes.
be serious.
Now,
It's a crystallized shard.
I know, but she reapplies the crystal. It's like 3 crystallized shields, and at that point, like even a non-EM shield, it's a small shield, and she gets interruption resistance, like basically for free.
Yeah. And it gives her the fucking geo resonance.
Yeah, it's another good thing. But yeah, then yeah, she's just a nuker. She has 3 nukes in her kit. So, or like 2
2.5.
nukes, yeah, 2.5. On first rotation, you usually use 3, but after that, yeah, the damage kind of fall. Honestly, yeah, she's probably like on the first rotation, she's closer to like Clarand in terms of damage and like Clarand teams, and then but like if you only get 2, it's like closer to Risley, like in terms of putting it into perspective with the Fontaine carries. Actually, do you think 2 skill Navia is worse than Risley?
Well, maybe now with Escoffier. Well, actually, I don't remember.
I don't. I hate Escoffier with Risley because like what is Risley even doing?
Nothing.
Oh no.
He's like the Anyway. But yeah, Navia. Yeah, true. I agree with myself.
I would hope you do.
Yeah, anyway, she has the Geo infusion, so her normal attacks do a bit of damage, like 40% damage. She gets 40% damage on them. And so her scalings are also like good, and there were like different combos, but honestly, like Jamie focused a lot on the normal attacks, like what's the perfect combo, and
Isn't it 2 and 3? Or sorry.
yeah, I think it's either like 2 and 3 or 3 and 2. But I think 2 and 3 is harder to do because the thing runs out. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It just matters what gives you the most application because like they don't do that much damage.
Oh no.
But yeah, she also gets. She specifically doesn't want to play played in Mono Geo, so she gains 40% attack when having 2 patch members in the team, which made her anti-synergize with Xianyon. Oh, I guess that's something we should get into. The Xianyon agenda when people
Plunge.
people said the Navia plunge was her best team.
It was kind of just a sheet thing in practice.
Yeah.
Being able to buff your nuke was better.
Yeah, I think I also like I agendaed and I didn't realize how much Xianyon was doing in that team. So like yeah, I really hate that team now. And it also has cyanosis. If anyone remembers what cyanosis is.
Long rotation?
Yeah, long setup. It has such a long setup.
It's like a team full of 5 stars that have really long burst animations, and you have to use all 4 of them.
Yeah. But
cyanosis is hilarious.
Yeah. So the gist is basically you have Navia and then you have an off-field Geo applicator. So that on release that was Zhongli or Albedo. Later it was Chiori. Then it was Shilone, but Shilone doesn't apply off-field Geo. And Kachina. Kachina does apply off-field Geo, but doesn't have any like other buff other than like the damage percent. I was going to make a Navia video, but one day the Navia video will come out. I was like, my brain crashed trying to think about if I like Mavrika or Farina better in the last slot. So I just never uploaded the video. Yeah, so if she has like a lot of crystallized generated, then her skills are relatively powerful. If there are less, then like it doesn't do any damage. That's kind of how it works, because like this motion value right here, the 710% is the baseline, and then if you get 3 additional crystal shrapnels, are they shrapnels? Yeah, anyway. Then she does double the amount of motion value shown here. But the thing is, she has interesting AoE, because like it's not actually single target. Like some people think it works like Chaska, but it doesn't. Like it still kind of hits, but you need to be in the she has a rectangle, and in that rectangle everything can hit everything, as long as there's like, she has Pierce AoE like Clarant. But it's honestly more single target than anything. And her normal attacks have decent AoE. Like, actually no, it's fine AoE. But yeah, she's more of a single target character overall. Her burst is single target too. Her burst doesn't do damage, but it at least gives you some additional crystallize stacks without needing crystallize.
I always forget to use Navia's burst. I hate myself.
Oh no,
I
I don't know
remember-
how you forgot that, but
I remember in pre-release, people were hyping up Archaic
Roulette.
Petra Navia.
Yeah.
Oh my
With
god, people were
Roulette.
like people just didn't think she was a carry at all.
Yeah. I think it was interesting because technically the A1 isn't enough damage. Like you notice this in Mavrika's team, because like sometimes it's just better to on-field Mavrika, especially with Mavrika's signature. But it's not like Navia's doing nothing. Like Navia's still doing her part, even if she's like partly off-field. So again, like I said in one of the last episodes, if we ever got a Geo character that was on-field that would do more damage than her and also generate crystallizers, then you would rather on-field that unit and play Navia kind of like a sub-DPS. But then the question is, would you play Navia or would you play another buffer?
You play Shalom.
I'm not sure Navia does like enough damage to work, unless you're in specific situations where you need the front-loaded damage, like
or another scenario is like if they have like team-wide buffs, like but I don't think that's happening. Like kind of like a Raiden, where you would need another sub DPS to, and the Navia would work. But as it stands, Navia is a Bennett reliant carry. She can't use Yansan. I don't think there's a combo you can do. Let me guess, you can do dash 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 and one dash and one.
She can't use the answer.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess for damage screenshot showcases you can use Yansa, but like she can't maintain the buff. That's the main thing. That summarizes Navia. Like
dash is funny.
Yeah, her best option right now is Shilonen. After that, it's Kachina, like for the second Geo, and then it's basically everyone else. If you have C1 Geo, then C1 Geo is better than C0 Shilonen. But if you have C2 Shilonen, then she's better than C1 Geo. So do with that information what you want to do. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we still need to talk about Mavrika and Farina. Like, again, like Mavrika forces you into a more dual carry team, because Mavrika's application, I don't know why, but it just feels like you generate less crystallizers than with a Farina team. Is that just me?
No, you're right. I'm pretty sure Farina's rate of application can be faster than Mavrika's.
And like the best one, I think, that generates the most crystallizers would be Zhangling. But Zhangling brings a
for no
bunch of
buffs.
issues. What?
And 20-second rotations.
Yeah, 20-second rotation and low damage, kind of. Like, the damage isn't that big.
But if you double hit and run at 180 degree,
True. Yeah, in speedruns, I think speedruns still use jungling, probably. I like Farina too, but yeah. That's it. She actually doesn't have HP drain mechanics as a Fontaine carry, which would why?
Garming has
why.
HP drain. He's not even from Fontaine.
We don't.
Wow.
Yeah, it's confusing, but yeah. Okay, next character. Oh no, it's the very
Oh my god,
controversial
Fury.
character. I think she's still
The one that
she's one of the better Geo characters still. Like, she has gotten an improvement.
Yeah.
But right now she's kind of cooked. Like, compared to the thing is, he never completely morged the shit out of every single sub DPS. And that includes Chiori. But yeah.
Yeah, like Natlan just raised the bar for not only supports but also off-field DPS. That's why NFI and Scoffia do so much. It's because with the scroll set existing, characters have to do a lot to be worthwhile.
Okay, Havak, do you want the honor?
Yes, sure. Chiori is a sub DPS who is Geo, who wants Geo constructs at C0, but doesn't need them at C1. Without the C1, she's a lot worse because she can't really take full advantage out of Shilonin. So at C0, you want to use Kachina, I guess. Yeah. Also, her cons past C1 are also really good, as far as I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, her virtual investment is some of the best in the game. Like, C1 R1 just doubles her damage.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I actually went from not having her to having her C1 just because I wanted to use her in more teams.
Yeah, I also went for C1, but I got Yai Brico instead.
Oh no!
I even swiped.
You swipe?
Yeah, I swiped for C1 Chiori. But I'm very sure the thing is, she relies on a construct, and if she has a construct at C0, like, she does the same damage as C1, which is, like, still respectable. So if we get, like, these are our construct characters. We have Geo main character Ningguang, Zhongli, Albedo, and Ito. And Kachina. But like
in order to get a contract, you have to play just a worse team.
Yeah. So I think even at C0 it's probably better to play Shilonen, even if you only get one construct. Even if you only get one. Yeah. But then C1 is like a huge deal, so I guess Chiori is mostly skill based, and I think she has one of the coolest passives that a character can have. Her Ascension 4 is very boring, but Ascension 1, like, she basically has an insta swap, and then she has like 2 additional big hits. And the thing is, these are very front loaded. You get these in the first 4 seconds. So, and they have a decent AoE, so you get like a pretty decent amount of her damage like at the start of your damage dealer's window, which made her really good like at C1 in speedrunning. And the team was called the wheelchair. It was very...
It was the first wheelchair team.
Yeah. It was
the birth of the wheelchair.
And I guess Spotify isn't here, but Spotify also made a video about that.
Oh my gosh! Sorry, I need to talk. I need to rant about Vars. Vars said that being a wheelchair is just 2 characters that are self-sufficient, and I wanted to kill myself.
What?
He doesn't know what wheelchair is. Like, he put Hu Tao and as an example of a wheelchair team. I'm like, bro, that's not what it means.
What is he even on about?
Another thing, he said that Emily would be better if her passive was that an opponent needs a pyro aura on the enemy, as if that's not literally what burning the.
That doesn't change anything.
You apply pyro, you apply dendro, and Emily is dendro. So like,
I'm
What?
sorry. I had to have that little intersection. My
Crash
bad.
out, flip crash out before GTA 6.
Valid crash out.
She's also a split scaler, so, and in her case, it's kind of an advantage because she
Also,
takes advantage out of attack buffs, and like there
Yeah.
are attack buffs in the teams where you use her. Yeah, flip.
yeah, but I was gonna say it's not necessarily split scaling with her; it's dual scaling though.
Yeah, dual scaling, not
Because-
split scaling.
yeah.
Like you
Nudge.
can use attack buff.
Actually, it's yeah. No, yeah. Anyway, her burst sucks. It's like it's
Yeah.
I don't. Okay. This made me so mad in pre-release. They said that they were like reducing the cooldown, and she didn't have any cooldown like issues in the first place. So I was like, what? And then they were like, okay, we are nerfing the burst damage by like 20% or something, and then they ended up nerfing it by 30 or 40%. And it used to be like a big nuke that was worth using, but now it's just made.
Also, sorry,
Oh,
I need to
no.
say I didn't get to say this earlier, but I actually hate her A1.
What?
I hate this. I hate the swap. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
the swap, yeah. I guess sometimes it can feel pretty clunky, but I just really like it for speedrunning.
Okay, I do really like it because I played C1 Chiori with Mualani, and she can be on field for like only like half a second, and it's really nice for me.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I like switch to the next character. I skill by accident, or
Yeah.
my party is ordered wrong, and I
no.
switch into like an annoying. I don't know.
It like it's for speedrunning. That's how I would describe it. It's cringe, I guess, for like casual, non-tryhard, like flip skill issued players.
Whoa! What
No,
are you trying to say?
I'm joking. But
You
yeah.
better be.
Yeah, okay. That's enough about Chiori. Chiori did get a buff with Kachina. Like on release, she didn't have any like great options without C1, but with C1, no, yeah, with C1 she was a good option for Navia. But
Oh.
Kachina made her better in C0, like at C0, and so did Shilonen. Shilonen just
yeah,
also
that-
provides resistance.
I've been meaning to ask: is one doll Chiori better than Zhongli
Yeah.
for Navia?
Yeah,
Yes.
she by far she
Oh my
is.
god,
Like definitely. Chiori
Zhongli really just does nothing. Oh my
Chiori
god.
at C0 is still a good Navia character. I think some people don't realize that. Kachina's better. Yeah, Kachina's better. But she's still a good character.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no, when Kachina outdoes you. But yeah, she does a lot more. Like people were so mad, which I don't get, because like people always get mad for power creep when it's the wrong characters. Like Chiori, it was about damn time we get an actual good off-field Geo character, and people were so mad that she does like that she does a lot more damage than Albedo, and I was like, Albedo's kit is outdated. Like we know
Yeah.
this. Like Albedo
Albedo released like 4 years or Albedo released 4 years before her.
like
He had his time.
Like that's like saying like when a new physical carry comes out, like people say, "Oh, this is Eula
They should
power
have buffed
creep."
Eula.
Yeah, Eula power creep. No, what are they doing? But this shit doesn't matter. Like what actually matters is like Marika being Arlecchino power creep. Like that is the thing that does.
Oh yeah,
matter.
not
Like,
even that. Fuck. Remember when people thought Shiori was gonna be a standard character?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
But
Eula power creep. Where's the power?
there's no power to creep.
Not too much on the Gota physical. Did you guys know Eula's been the best physical DPS since she really is?
Oh my god, surely that means she's good.
Isn't
Surely.
Freminet at C6 doesn't she's higher? Probably, maybe, I don't know. In practice, I would rather play Eula. Actually, no. Freminet's damage is consistent and not backloaded, so I don't know.
The issue with Freminet is that he just doesn't work against pulses.
Oh yeah, true. That's true. That is a massive downside. But like neither characters work in the business at the moment, and they don't work in Stitchin either. They just don't work. So
Yeah.
okay, Kachina.
It's scroll set.
I love the scroll set. Did you guys know the scroll set is a very good set? It gives you 40% damage bonus to the element you trigger and then the trigger element. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh my god.
I will correct my mistakes. I have said in an episode that Kachina does more damage than Mavrika, like as an off-field top DPS.
What?
Or like
When did you say that?
similar damage, which specifically, like, I don't mean melted. I mean like off-field Mavrika without like any like
Buff?
just both without buffs, because like people were like saying that Mavrika's off-field damage is insane. But yeah, I think Kachina's off-field damage is the kind of worst. But I will say that I think Auroron's off-field damage and Mavrika's off-field damage are similar. I think. Like I have cheated it and they looked similar. But Mavrika's is entirely AoE, and she also has her initial slash, which, yeah, depending on the team, that is a lot. Anyway, yeah, Kachina, she's albedo. Like, we already talked about albedo. This is, like, she actually has a burst, unlike albedo. And her constellations also.
Yeah, she gives 20% defense to the active character at C4.
Yeah, but no one uses it at the moment.
Oh no.
DPS Jalonen?
Actually, yeah, I have used that, but I'm now, like, I would have used C1 Chiori, but I didn't get C1 Chiori. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh no.
You don't need to
live vicariously through Havok.
What did you say?
What?
Oh, you should live vicariously through Havok, who has C1 Chiori.
Yeah, true. I should do that. Yeah, and C6 is an application of Geo that's like, C6 is really good for damage, which people don't really know about. Like, it helps her damage quite a lot, but the main other thing is that it doesn't have ICD. Wait, no, like it's 5 seconds, so it doesn't matter. But it's an off-field application that doesn't need her to be on-field. So if you refresh a shield with Baiju,
oh my god.
Oh, no.
I think if
the goat mentioned.
Yeah, the thing is, if you pick up the, actually, I don't know, is your active character replaced or destroyed? So if your Geocrystallized shield disappears, she does another hit, and you can pick it up, so you get another hit. So I guess I don't know. Like, I guess you need to never swap into Kachina, but she's
Dahlia?
not in Night Zone, but Dahlia?
Oh my god.
True, yeah, you can. Kachina C6 is enabled by Dahlia, but I don't see any team where that would be useful.
Yeah?
I'm
sorry.
Yeah, that I don't know. Yoimiya, Dahlia, Kachina might as well not clear. I don't think that team can clear. But okay, we've why are like 90% of these are so bad?
Now it's time to talk about the last and only good Geo characters.
Okay, I wouldn't say that. I would say Navia is like the other good, and then C1 Chiori. Those are the, but like, yeah, Giron is far above those two even. Okay, I'm done. Like, someone else. Let's talk about.
Alright, so I can talk about Zilonin if you want. So yeah, Zilonin is a Geo character, thankfully, and she basically just is a more attuned Kazuha to recent content. Zilonin, for one, she offers a res shred just by having like the elements in your team. You don't need to necessarily proc a reaction. She gives a pretty strong res shred, almost as much as VV at talent level 10. And then not only that, but because Zilonin is a Natlan character, she's also able to proc the scroll set. Again, giving very, very comparable buffs to Kazuha while having better buff uptime and also not struggling in multi-wave. I guess you do lose the grouping aspect, but at the same time, she makes up for it with the fact that grouping has been less relevant. She also works in multi-wave too, which is something Kazuha can't really do, and she heals as well, so she has Farina synergy as well. So yeah, for all those reasons, Jalonin is just a very good character, and she's such a general character because she works almost anywhere that you can use her in a lot of places, in which she's good.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Wait, did you mention
W session.
Did you mention the extra Night Soul burst?
Oh yeah, I didn't even mention that. Yeah, she triggers a Night Soul burst when her skill reaches max Night Soul points, allowing you to like get double stacks on passives very nicely.
Yeah, she also technically has 2 different playstyles. Wait, did you also mention that?
I didn't mention her DPS playstyle. No.
Oh yeah, it's very bad. Like
wow.
it's better than
Oh.
Ito. It's better, but the bar is on her, in her. It's
Yeah.
like it's DPS Shilonen is like she's a plunge. First of all, she's a plunge carry.
Yes.
You don't play her outside of plunge, which is pretty. I will give her that. That's a
It's
cool
unique.
thing.
It's unique, yeah.
Yeah. And Shanyon also like doesn't. They could have made it so that she doesn't synergize with Shanyon, so like that. Anemo would also count towards the elements that make her get the off-field resistance shred and not the.
But they decided not to.
Yeah. So.
And you can also use her burst in that team, and her burst is like
her burst
100k damage.
It's better than that. It's actually like it can be higher with Farina and buff stack. That can be like 300-400k. So it's like really good.
Yeah.
And it has a large AoE, and I guess that's the main thing. Wait, we have to talk about actually we forgot to talk about like Navia constellations, and I guess they don't really matter. C1 is shit. C2 is stupid for a character that can crit fish. It's like 72% crit value, but it's not crit. It's not a crit damage. And you know what? The other issue. Oh, okay, I hate this about her like C2. Is that because she already overcaps on crit rate, kind of, like, she needs to like how do I explain this? Like, she needs to go to the 64% crit rate threshold, but that nerfs her normal attacks. Like how much damage her normal attacks do.
I get what you mean.
It's so stupid. And yeah, it is like still good, but it's, I don't know, they could have designed this constellation in another way.
It kind of reminds me of SU in a way, but like less bad.
Yeah. And then C6, C6 is a lot of crit damage for her nukes, which is actually pretty good. Still a pretty good C6. But yeah, the rest doesn't really matter that much.
And if we're talking about constellations, sorry, did I cut you off?
Yeah. Actually, Flip did talk about Chiori. Yeah, Chiori C6 is like also like Chiori C6, Navia C6, and Jilonen C6 are, I think, all the best Geo carries. I don't think there's a big difference.
Yeah.
Jilonen C6 can't be on field for long because like it falls off after 5 seconds.
Oh no.
But yeah, maybe it's Chiori. I think Navia is better for nukes, so she will be better in MOC. MOC?
Oh my god.
In Abyss speedruns.
She's getting put in HSR.
Yeah. She's the newest imaginary character.
Oh
no. She would be Hunt, right? Probably.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay, you wanted to talk about Jilonen Constellation?
Yeah, her C1 does nothing. Then moving on from her C... Okay, her C1 gives increased interruption resistance. I'm pretty sure that's all it does.
Yeah.
And then it's an exploration bump. And then her C2... I feel like her C2 is... In pre-release, people thought, like, super bad at it, but it's kind of bait. And also, speaking of which, I thought it was funny how you mentioned C2 when in beta, Jilin and C2 gave even more crit rate. So like Navia would have had even more problems with it.
Yeah.
At
True. I
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah, I remember.
Which, thank God they changed it.
Yeah, I kind of agree, but I also don't agree because I feel like for Geo characters, this is like specifically for Mono Geo, this constellation is completely stupid. For
Yeah.
Cryo characters, because Escoffier exists, it's not good anymore. But technically speaking, if you play Meld, then C2 is huge. Like it's the same
Yeah.
as getting Escoffier C1. For Pyro characters,
Yeah.
it's mid.
I think it's ass. Yeah.
Yeah, it's mid. Or like yeah, I don't know. But like it does because Mavrika C2 gives her more base attack. That makes it so that like this Pyro, the C2 can help you not need to run Bennett and like run Kazuha instead. Which Bottofa, okay, this was Bottofa. Don't quote me on this, but Bottofa said that Kazuha is better with C2 or something.
Okay.
Kazuha C2. But yeah, then the Hydro one is very good. Like it's really good, and it's a priority for both Mualani and we didn't even
Villette?
talk about the characters that she buffs.
Yeah. Well, she kind of buffs everyone.
Yeah,
So
but specifically Mualani and Marika. Those are
yeah.
the most
Yeah.
outstanding ones.
And she
Yeah,
was good for New
Mualani
Villette for
makes-
like 2 patches.
Yeah, I mean she
Oh,
still is good for Novelet, but I guess you run Nefer now, so
Yeah.
yeah,
New
and
Villette is designed around his ability to be wheelchaired.
so true, so true. Yeah, and the Electro one, is it going to be
It's
good with
interesting.
Flynn's?
Will it? I don't think so.
Actually, no, Flynn's also doesn't have a burst cooldown. It's like Verasa, right?
Yeah.
But the energy is kind of,
The energy is big.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like they should have designed like this Electro should have given like Electro burst damage or something. Maybe.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Or just double down on making a battery.
I guess yeah, true. Um yeah, but I think that because something that people forget about is that like Jason said it doesn't stack, so it's mid. Like he said that because
Wait.
Oh, the C2.
yeah, he said
That's
that
funny.
oh it doesn't stack. So if you play Pyro, Geo, and Cry, you don't get 50% damage, 45% attack, 50% crit damage.
What did he
What?
want the C2 to be?
I was like, do you
Did
know
he want it
how?
to be the best constellation in the game?
Like I was like, do you know how balancing works? But yeah,
Oh no.
the thing is, she does actually like she doesn't only buff the on-fielder, it's all party members. So technically the C2 is really nice for Natla National because she buffs Mavrika's. Mavrika doesn't have access to Bennett, so the 45% attack is actually a nice thing. And 60% crit damage is also nice for Sidlali. Like if you want to play Sidlali as a burst nuker, then the 60% crit damage is nice and can wipe out waves. Wipe out
Fair enough.
waves. Say
Waves,
say
I
that
mean,
in 3 times in a row.
wipe out waves, wipe out waves, wipe out waves, wipe out waves.
Okay, that was 4 times.
Wuthering Waves.
Wuthering waves are friends?
You don't even like Withering Waves.
I know.
I don't.
Yeah. Anyway, I at the moment I think like if C2 Gilonen is mid, then you can call C2 Verena excellent.
Wait, C2 Farina's better than it though.
I don't think
Well,
so.
it
I kind of like
depends.
Gilonen C2 more than Verena C2.
Like, it kind of does depend. But I think the big thing with Farina C2 is the fact that it not only is like a good damage amp, but also it reduces the teammate restrictions and also increases the personal damage by a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's like distributed. Like either it's a good personal damage increase, or it enables new teams, or it. What's the other thing?
Huh? Buffing.
Buffing. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Like in some teams, it doesn't increase the buffing by that much. If you would already get the
Yeah,
team-wide buff.
if you already have C1, yeah.
Yeah. Her C4 is actually kind of underrated. I think. Like it's okay for C4. Like it's not shit.
That's fine. Most C4s are ass, so the fact that her C4 actually does something I think is good.
Yeah. But nothing you need to particularly look out for. And then C6 is a party-wide heal, and then like gives her 5 seconds of damage, where she actually does a decent amount of damage. But yeah, that's kind of it. And then Peak Patrol is a really good weapon. I really I really like Peak Patrol. I do.
It feels. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I like Peak Patrol more than C2. Like just get Peak Patrol if you want to vertical.
Yeah, that makes sense. If you don't have Peak Patrol, then it's just Favonius.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, one thing is that Favonius is really like, I hate to admit this. I hate to admit to the Jeff agenda, but Favonius is really good in Stygian because it helps like front load your energy. But
Also, something I'm surprised we didn't mention is the fact that Jelunin doesn't need stats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
if you
put
have
random
this,
scroll pieces.
yeah, if you have this weapon, then she does need defense, but otherwise she doesn't need stats. Like for her healing, she does, but yeah. And all of her.
But healing honestly isn't used that much.
Yeah, you should definitely like crown her skill. Like if you don't crown her skill, then I will come for you, in your sleep.
What the hell?
Oh.
Yeah, everyone needs to. A certain someone out of my friend list doesn't have has it at level 9, and it's just I see you, and if you don't do it, then I will get you. Anyway.
This is like the kind of skill that I'd say crown it before anything else.
Yeah, I think it's probably out of any supportive character, it's probably the most important talent to crown. Maybe like Jansan's burst and Bennett's burst, but they also have other buffs. Like actually Bennett not really, but yeah, you know what I mean.
Okay, I will say about Favonius on Shalonen, for Moalani, it feels like it doesn't do anything.
That's true. Like, because you run Mavrika, like if you run Mavrika, then the Favonius doesn't it helps.
You run Mavrika, Shalonen.
Yeah.
Like if you run Mavrika, Shalonen, Sucrose, for example.
Yeah.
None of them need to burst.
Oh yeah, there's the special synergy. The Night Soul burst isn't just good for one. The thing is, which I think is interesting, is that they didn't make Mavrika reliant on Jilonen, because they could have made this the same passive as Veressa. Flip, are you listening?
I'm here.
Oh, okay, that was probably a no.
Wait.
Anyway, Veressa.
I'm here.
Okay. If you compare the A1 to Veressa's passive, Veressa's passive
English.
Specifically, has 2 maximum stacks, and has 35% attack, but Mavrika has a.
Yeah, has 1.
It's actually just worse. It's so much worse. Anyway.
Oh my god.
And if she had.
Veressa outdid.
If she had.
Of course she did.
If she had another, if this was 2 stacks, then Shilona would be best in slot, and Jansan would be Jansan.
Yeah.
And yeah, but
that's why Jansan to go.
Yeah, true. And yeah, other than that, as I've said in the last episode, which I think Flip doesn't buy still, but I think that Jianyun and Jilonen are very similar in performance for Farina, unless you have verticaled into Jianyun.
I disagree.
Okay. Well, and part of it is this passive.
Oh wait. Sorry. Jilonen and Xianyan for Veressa?
Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
Oh, okay. And yeah, that's all. I thought you would disagree.
Sorry, my bad.
Oh no.
Yeah, anyway, it's because she gets another 350%, or 330. I
Crying.
can't speak.
35%, right?
35%, yeah. Okay, that was every single character. Not every single
No.
Geo character. Okay, overall conclusion, Geo is very, very bad. Giron is good. Navi and Chiri are good-ish. Fine. Kachina's a scrollbot. The rest.
The rest.
Why was that your conclusion? Kachina's a scroll bot. Nothing else to say.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Yunjin will get a use case in the future. And
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that these three, I don't know why, but they want to buff Child. Like, apparently. Like, Child is the first one to get buffed. But I would rather
So-
them buffing Zhongli, Albedo, and Nito all in one
Mhm.
patch. Because, like, all of these are so bad. Like,
Yeah, that makes sense.
bottom tier limited 5 stars. Yeah. So, what is y'all's conclusion on Geo?
I think it's fine, but I think that Accorgio is very weird. I think they need to make the characters stronger. Sorry, they to compensate for the fact that Geo doesn't do reactions, they need to make the characters stronger.
Yeah, not to
Yeah.
sound like Vaz, but I do think that Geo kind of has an identity crisis because, like, they wanted it
As
to be
mentioned.
Geo and Geo construct focused, but then they gave up on that completely, apparently.
Yeah.
I am kind of hoping that Sandrone is Geo.
Yeah, it has a Geo construct maybe.
Yeah, Sandra and saving Geo, let's go.
Oh my god.
I guess the problem with C1 Shiori is that if we ever get a good construct character, then that means C1 Shiori doesn't do anything.
Oh no.
Oh
The whale
no.
bait failed.
Yeah, that's so sad. They can just make a constellation useless. I guess the same happened to Risley when, like, Risley in different teams doesn't use his C1. Wasn't it like that?
Bro, people always overestimated Risley C1.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
weapon is better.
The weapon is always better. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, thank you all for watching. It was a very fun episode. And yeah, see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye bye.